r/askreddit. What is just a placebo effect, but most people don't realize?
How long it takes a Coinstar to process and count coins and return a receipt. It finishes quickly, so quickly that folks are skeptical of the accuracy. So a fake delay with fake counting noises was built in, giving folks more confidence in the results.
Fuck, it takes so long to do. Why can't I just opt out of that?
Because they saw the unintentional side effect of making the user look awkward, standing there waiting for the machine to quit clickety-clacking, and decided it was too funny to not be mandatory.
Beats headphones have weights inside them to make them heavier and give the illusion of quality and sturdiness.
So, if the headphones are too heavy, I should disassemble them and remove the weights.
Head over to rs/headphones. We can hook you up with a much lighter headphone with higher quality sound for much cheaper than Beats.
I'm not sure if it still does this, but at one time Google Docs intercepted the kill shortcut and briefly changes the cursor to the thinking cursor to the thinking cursor, hourglass, beach ball, whatever your computer does. You don't need to save your Google Docs. They save every tiny change on the server, but people are used to doing it.
The original Febreze was unscented, but nobody believed it worked, so they added scent to it.
You're telling me Febreze is it just the smell? I thought the odor trapping was the best part.
Can't remember where I saw this, so it could be wrong. But the odor trapping bubble action that's seen on the ads is actually pretty close to what actually happens in real life.
The exaggerated sounds of some vacuum cleaners, microwaves, and cars to make them sound powerful. The loading screens on some apps that make it seem like they are doing something complex.
As soon as cats and dogs find out vacuum cleaners don't need to be so loud, there's going to be some explaining to do.
As an IT person, giving a user a new monitor will make them swear their computer is faster.
Here's the other side of that coin. Users who hate change. I recently rolled out new systems for a client. A few days later, I asked one of the workers if she liked her new super-fast computer. She replied, "Actually, it's slower." She went from a second Gen 3, Tug RAM, and ONET 5400 team to a Ryzen 5, 16B ROM, 250B NVOL. Sure, Karen, sure.
I can tell users I made a change on the back end and they say the issue has improved. That minty, fresh, zesty, clean feeling you get from toothpaste, it started as a marketing strategy and caught on. And now almost all toothpaste is mint because we associate the minty freshness with cleanliness.
Also, the whole foaming thing doesn't do anything.
It's the sodium lauryl sulfate that's in the toothpaste. I use Sensodyne because I'm allergic to it, and this toothpaste doesn't have it.
When cake mixes first came out, you only had to add water to them, but too many housewives felt like that was cheating and wouldn't buy cake mixes. So the cake mix companies added another step, the eggs. It worked. Apparently, the cracking and adding of the eggs to the batter was enough to make it feel more homemade, and cake mixes became extremely popular.
Now I'm mad. I have probably 3 cake mixes in my pantry right now that I keep using up all my eggs before getting to make. If it wasn't for those housewives, I would have had cake by now. Unbelievable.
You can actually make them without the eggs. Some say it actually tastes better. Chances are the cake mix you have already has ingredients that act the same way the egg would. Since so many people replied to this. Go watch Food Theory. It's a new channel by the creator of Game Theory. It just covered cake mixes in a video. This is also the reason you may see so much stuff popping up about instant cake mixes.
As a former lifeguard, I can assure you that whatever cleanup you see lifeguards doing after someone vomits in the pool is almost certainly just show. There isn't really anything you can do. You just let the filter/cloyne take care of it and pretend to clean to please the suburban moms.
I remember some kid crap in the pool, and they closed it down for the remainder of the day. Is it different for shit? Or, same story, just come back tomorrow, and it'll be clean and do nothing.
I was also a lifeguard, and we had to shock the pool for a solid like that. For vomit or diarrhea, we had to close everything and drain the pool. However, I worked at a small pool in a subdivision. I would imagine larger pools usually just shut down, shock the pool with a massive amount of chemicals, and reopen once it stabilizes back to acceptable swim levels. The airplane that mommy feeds you, I don't think it's really an airplane.
Lies, lies.
Deception. Do commissioned creative stuff. If I deliver same or next day, people don't think I spent enough time on it. If I wait 3 days to driver, people are happy because they assume I worked on their project non-stop even though I was done a day or 2 prior.
I swear my car performs better immediately after it's clean.
This one is true, though.
If Gran Turismo taught me anything, it's that washing your car can add 5 to 10 HP.
Awards on Reddit.
I still don't know what awards do. I always figured it was fake internet clout you pay for.
Looks like you know what they do after all.
Dislikes on comments.
They don't change the score, but do give them less visibility, or so I heard.
My dog's medicine coming out of his treat tin instead of medicine packaging. Makes a seconds ago. Disgusting. Medicine taste mysteriously treat, like...
I just tell him to his face that it's a treat when it is clearly a pill covered in peanut butter.
Same here without the peanut butter. I just go, "You want to treat like I normally would," and she comes running and scarfs the pill down. I then, of course, give her a real treat for being good smiley face.
Loading spinners on web pages. I once had a user complain to me a web app was too slow, and it was pretty fast. So I tested him by making the animation spinner spin much faster. He went to my boss to praise me how much faster the web app was. SpinGs is what I was using.
Not even a spinner, but we added a message after loading that said nearly there when it got to the next step, and we got significantly fewer slow loading complaints.
You're not acting like an insane person because you ate sugar.
Yep, even for kids. They aren't acting wild because they ate sugar. They're acting wild because, you told them that's what happens when they eat sugar. B. Most of the time, they have an opportunity to eat a bunch of sugar. It's while doing something fun and exciting, birthday party, trick-or-treating, etc.
LLSE. Parents will often try to preemptively control their kids' outburst, making them rebel against them and act crazy.
Turkey doesn't have enough tryptophan to make you sleepy. You're most likely sleepy because you ate too much and your body's in rest and digest mode.
For some reason, I thought this was about the country at first, and I was very confused.
This is why they don't want them in the U. The U is afraid they'll have to share their tryptophan.
That free shipping is a better deal. It generally means they've added the cost into the product instead, but you feel like you've gotten a better deal.
This is 100% true. I used to sell furniture at a no-gimmicks kind of place, where they were open about all cost, including delivery. I would do the math for people, show them how we were still saving them tons of money, even with delivery, but some people would still walk out and go pay, literally hundreds of dollars more for free delivery from Ashley's.
And then buy another one in 2 years max from them again, because Ashley furniture is shite. When I was a waitress 100 years ago, my customers asked me all the time to turn the heat up/down because they were too hot/cold. I'd be like, "Oh yeah, definitely, let me go take care of that for you." Then I would go stand in the back, drink some water, and then head back to the table and tell them I'd adjusted the temperature. It worked every single time.
They could also just not want to be the annoying person who asks twice. Not in every case, of course, but occasionally I'm sure that happened.
And then there's me who would just freeze to death before even asking once.
Not sure if it's really placebo, but there is research done on how a car door should sound when you close it. A flat and boring pank sound would do just fine, but a lot of people find that soft, plush, and yet firm, soft, plush, and yet firm shrumpf sound reassures them the door is closed. Someone please do a better job here describing car doors closing because mine sucks.
Hey, I totally heard it.
I have a friend who is working for one of her friends part-time as an assistant. I had no idea what she needed an assistant for, so one day I ask her. She names an MLM and says we know it's a scam, but we're working the system to get startup money for her own business. Which sounds like a effing line to add my friend to their down line.